Hi everyone, my name is Amber, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my August TBR, which I think, along with everyone else's, is really freaking ambitious. So in August I'm taking part in several buddy reads, 2 or 3, maybe 4 readathons, a couple of book clubs, then I also want to do some mood reading, and I'm doing ARC August and Galleathon. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to vlog the entire thing, but I think I'm just going to be doing weekly vlogs rather than daily weekend vlogs. I'll just be up every week from the 7th, 8th of August. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to be taking part in the Newts. This is the magical readathon. It's the last ever one because the host and creator of the readathon no longer wants to support JK Rowling, nor do I, and she's going to be revamping the magical readathon for next year to create her own magical university. That's a lot of fun. I'm taking part in this, but I'm not going to be vlogging for it or promoting it in any way. I just want to complete my Newts because this was actually my first year of doing the owls. The completionist in me wants to carry on and do the Newts, but I also don't want to support the author. But very quickly, the prompts that I need to do, I need to get an O in the subject that I want to teach, which is Care of Magical Creatures, because I want to become a magical school professor. And for that I need to get an A, an E and an O, which means I need to read something with fire on the cover, I need to read something short, and I need to start a book with a snack. The O should be easily achievable. A book with fire on the cover or on the title, I think I'm going to go with Under the Camel Thorn Tree. It's kind of fiery looking. It's not exactly fire, but I think it counts. This is a non-fiction about a family growing up in Africa, and it's also an advanced readers copy, so it counts towards ARC August. For a short book, I don't know what I'm going to read yet. I am going to be reading White Fragility, but I don't know if I'm going to count it towards this challenge because this comes up in a later challenge. And then I also need to start a book with a snack, so that could be anything really, so I'm leaving that free. I need to get an E in Defense Against the Dark Arts because every teacher wants to do that. For this I need to complete A and E, so I need to read a horror / thriller. For this I'm going to read The Inheritance Games, which is a YA thriller that's coming out in September by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, who writes really good thrillers and mysteries, so I'm really looking forward to this one. And I need to read a book with demons or a water theme, and for this I'm going to be reading The House on the Cerulean Sea, which I'm reading with my book club that I helped create and I am currently hosting. So this is the Space Sirens book club. We have a Twitter page and a YouTube channel if you want to go and check it out. In July we read Mexican Gothic, and we have the live show for that coming up on the 8th of August, and in August we're going to be reading The House on the Cerulean Sea, which is light adult fantasy, and I think the main character is gay. I also need to get 2 A's in other subjects, so I've gone with Divination, which is to read a book with a red cover, and for this I'm stretching it a little bit and I'm reading The Way of Kings Part 2. It's split into 2 in the UK, if you didn't know, and I'm counting this bit and this bit as a red cover, even though this probably is really white. So I'm buddy reading this with a group of friends. Justine is reading it along with me, as well as Cassidy. Angela's a little bit ahead. There's also Stephanie and Jade, who I think have finished part 2 already. So Justine, Cassidy and I are a bit behind, but I'm going to finish this in August with them, and then hopefully carry on with the rest of the trilogy. And then I also chose to go for an A in arithmancy, which means that I need to read a non-fiction book, and like I said, I might read White Fragility because that is also non-fiction, or I might read either Stolen Lives, which is non-fiction about the slave trade in the UK, or Inside 10 Rillington Place, which is non-fiction about a tragedy that happened at this address. I don't know anything about it, but I saw it on NetGalley and I want to read some more true crime in the coming months, so that's what I'm doing. So that's it for my Newts TBR. And then, like I said, I'm doing some buddy reads, so I'm reading The House in the Cerulean Sea. I'm also reading Furyborn, which I think the buddy read was started by my friend Rowan, but a bunch of other people have joined in. I've never read this, I've had it for ages, so it'll be a really good chance to pick it up. Honestly, I have no idea what this one's about. I'm buddy reading The Way of Kings, like I said, and I'm also doing a massive buddy read of Rage of Dragons because it seems as though everyone is reading it in August. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's adult epic fantasy. I think it turns into a revenge story that includes dragons, and I'm dying to read it. And also S.A. Chakraborty. My camera battery died, I don't know where I was, but basically I was explaining that this one is a epic revenge story. My favourite author, S.A. Chakraborty, if this would focus. The thing keeps focusing on my face. Come on, there we go. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one, especially because I'm reading it with so many people, and the buddy read is going to be super chaotic, and I'm here for it. And then also on the 8th of August there is Dewey's 24-hour readathon happening. It's either the 7th or the 8th. I'll put it on screen. It's the backwards rewind readathon, where you start in the evening instead of in the morning like you do with the usual one. So I'm going to be taking part in that, and I think I am definitely going to be vlogging it because I love it. I might do a separate TBR for that because I haven't decided what I want to read for it just yet, because I don't know where I'm going to be with this current TBR. And then we have ARC August and Galleathon. So I'm combining the two. Galleathon is happening from I think the 8th, and then for that entire week. ARC August is obviously happening throughout August, and so I'm going to be trying to get through all of my advanced readers copies. None of the physical books I've shown you so far have been for ARC August, but it's fine. Some of the ebooks are, so I don't really have many physical ARCs to get to, but I do have a lot of ebooks from NetGalley and Edelweiss. So for Galliathon we have 4 main challenges, and then you've also got a bingo board, but I'm going to be focusing on the main challenges first and then just seeing how the bingo board goes. The first challenge is to read your oldest ARC, and for that one I'm going to be reading Halflings. I can't remember what this one's about. I got it on the 7th of January 2012, which shows you just how long I've been in the community and using NetGalley. I think it's about fallen angels or about disgraced angels or just angels in general. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to be picking that one up. I'm hoping it's short. I honestly can't remember requesting it, and I think it's probably when I went on a NetGalley binge and wanted to get my percentage up, and then I just didn't bother to read it because I had other things that I was more interested in. And then I need to read my newest ARC as well, and according to NetGalley that is Master of Poisons. I don't remember requesting this one. I'm going to be honest, I think I must have been in like a NetGalley kind of haze and was just clicking on random things, but I think this is adult fantasy, and that's all I know about it, so I'm going to check that out. Number 3, the third challenge is to read something that you regret requesting, and I don't really know what I'm going to choose for that, because I don't really regret requesting any of them as far as I know. I'm going to go through again and double check, but I'm pretty sure I don't regret any of the choices that I made, so maybe I'll pick one of the older ones for that as well, because I should probably get to some of my ARCs from 2012. And then the fourth and final challenge for Galliathon is to read the ARC that you're most excited for, and for this one I was going to choose The Space Between Worlds, but Galliathon isn't starting soon enough for that, so I don't really know what I'm going to choose. I'm going to have another quick look through my NetGalley list, but if I don't read The Space Between Worlds during that week, I will have read it beforehand, so I think it's going to be my first read of August, so I might have to pick something else for this challenge. I'm thinking maybe The Year of the Witching, because that is another one that I'm super excited for, and it's also a backlist that I was meant to get to last month. And then we're also going to try and do a bit of mood reading, because why not? I don't want to be too kind of stuck to this TBR, because I like to mood read, and if I'm not in the mood for them, I'm not going to enjoy this challenge. So we're going to do a bit of mood reading, and the first one I'm going to hopefully be in the mood for is Homegoing. This is about 2 sisters, one who was enslaved and one becomes a slave owner's wife, and it's historical fiction and it follows the 2 of them. I also have a advanced readers copy of The First Sister, which is a thriller that's coming out in August. I have The Reckless Afterlife of Harriet Stoker, which is coming out at the beginning of September, so that'll be a good one to read, and I imagine it's going to be quite short because Lauren James's books are usually quite short and sweet. And also I'm going to be reading Serpent and Dove, because I need to recap it for Recaptains, and I also have an ARC of the sequel, Blood and Honey, which I want to do a review for, and I'm not sure I'm going to love Serpent and Dove, to be honest, but I'm actually quite excited to read it because it's so controversial and you either seem to love it or you seem to hate it. So I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go, maybe doing a full review on it, I'm not sure, but I'm going to definitely be reviewing some of the books that I mentioned here today on my channel if I feel strongly either way about them, because I haven't posted a book review in a while and I miss doing book reviews. So yeah, that's my plan for August, which is, like I said, quite ambitious. And in terms of life stuff or YouTube stuff, so I'm going to, like I said, vlog every week. I'm going to post weekly vlogs for the entire month. I also want to get back into doing my new releases videos, because I haven't done one of those in a couple of months. I want to feature some debut authors as well, so that will be good. I need to plan that out, and I should have time to do that because I'm less busy in August than I was in July. I've got a few days off work, which is amazing, and the house stuff might be progressing. I don't want to say too much here in case it jinxes it, or in case I get disappointed, watch this back later and I'm like, Amber, what are you thinking? But I am hoping that the house stuff is going to progress and I will have something more to tell you, and then I can do some vlogs and videos related to that as well. But yeah, those are my plans for August. Hopefully I don't wear myself out. Let me know what your plans for August are in the comments below. I would love to know what you're planning on reading. If you want to buddy read any of these with me, feel free to let me know, because obviously I am not doing enough in August and I love buddy reads. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all in my next video. Bye.